to Lady Di's channel. Today we will be talking about people with have been diagnosed with bipolar 1, bipolar 2, and that may be on medication, or like myself, have decided to decrease her medication to just one pill a day. So that's basically the topic for today. I have someone who's kind of hosting with me, but he is kind of shy for the camera, so we're just going to go through some questions. Don?
How long have you been on psych meds?
I have been on psych meds. Actually, I was on psych meds. I was originally diagnosed in 2000 and actually year 2000. So I had been on psych meds for a really long time, and then at some point I decided to rethink my decision about being what I call a test monkey on the different drugs. So that's how long I've been, and I actually stopped in 2012, down to one pill.
When did you decide to decrease meds and why?
I decreased the meds in 2012, and what I was really trying to find out is could I really function being diagnosed with that type of mental disorder day to day without the meds. So when I decided to go back to grad school for my second master's, I decided that I no longer wanted to take the meds. So I stopped. I take one pill at night that helps me sleep. Other than that, I had got off of all medication, and it's been since, like I said, 2012 up until today. What else you have for me?
Did you consult with your clinician before deciding to decrease the one med?
I did consult with my psychiatrist, and we talked about it. And she told me that there's a weaning process for uh, psych meds or a whole lot of medications, that you just don't abruptly stop, and that you go through like a 2 week weaning process. And that's what I did. And then I just finally was off of it.
What types of meds were you on?
A litany of medication, Seroquel, Wellbutrin, um, Prozac, gabapentin. It's just so many through that time period, because you to me you're sort of like I said, a test monkey, because whatever doesn't work they're just going to add something different, or they're going to decrease it, or they're going to increase it. So through all those years, it's been various medications that I was on before they finally found something to work with. And I think the last two that I was taking was actually Lamictal and Wellbutrin. Lamictal being a mood stabilizer, and Wellbutrin to help to aid as well.
What type of coping skills did you develop and what are they?
The coping skills I had to develop, considering that the manic episodes and the depressive episodes were, for a long time, they were like really minimal. I would maybe have 2 or 3 days, maybe a week for that month, and then I might be good for a whole year. So what helps me is I have I have a room in my house which is basically my bedroom, and it's my safe space. I have pictures of nature. I have pictures of ocean, sports, because I also work out, because that really helps me a lot. Because whenever I call it the abyss, the way that I can kind of channel my energy to get out of that is to work out. So that's what I do, whether it's swimming, whether it's lifting weights, whether it's doing hip hop. And trust me, at 66, that's not easy. So that's what I use, and also music. I love Native American music. I do. I am part Native American. So I do a lot of flute music, spiritual music, whatever kind of balances everything out. Whether it's to take a trip to the beach, just take a long drive, or and also a part of that is isolation. Most people isolate, and I isolate, and sometimes I need to isolate because I just for that time period I need to be by myself so I can pull myself back together again. So those are my coping mechanisms. Diet wise, I switched over to vegetarian. I don't know if there's any correlation between the two, but those are some of the changes I made. Not based on my disorder, but um, based on my lifestyle because I have been always a physical person. So, do any more questions? So basically, that's what I wanted to share with you. It's something to think about if you've been on medication for a long period of time and you have thought about, can I live with this? How would it be? How is it done? Am I one of those people that I really need the medication? Or am I a person that I can kind of go with the ups and downs and be okay with it. That's something I think you learn through your journey. So that's pretty much it for today. There's some other episodes that will be coming up that because I'm currently on disability and besides talking about the medication issues and the diagnosis, people with disabilities, a lot of times there are a lot of programs and that's out there that a lot of people don't know about. So there will be some other episodes following, but that was just one of the major things I just kind of wanted to put out there and share with people to see how what they thought about it. Um, Maybe it'll help somebody. Maybe somebody maybe will decide to say, "Hey, no more meds," or I want to decrease my meds, or the least amount of meds that I can take to help manage my illness and basically your life. So considering that this is a lifetime thing from what I've been told, it's good to know different ways that you can manage your illness. So basically that's what this episode was about. It's just saying, hey, I'm bipolar. I was on medication for a long period of time. I'm no longer on, I would say, the majority of medication besides one pill that I take, like I said, at night, that helps me sleep. It helps with the mania. And I just wanted to share with people and see if there was a community out there that would be willing to listen, and hopefully it helps somebody. So if you have any questions, comments, please leave them. I'm really interested in it. I know this is not something really considered traditional or conventional, but it has worked for me, and so maybe it'll work for you. I don't know. But thanks for coming to my channel. Peace. Thank you.